Well, hello everybody. Welcome, welcome. My name is Mitchell Osborn. You can find me at mitchellosborn.com. I am a psychic medium. I am pulling up my Facebook page so I can share this. I'm a psychic medium, tarot card reader, animal communicator. I do mindfulness transformation work using NLP, EFT, EMT, and hypnotherapy, which shadow work falls into some of that. So I am sharing this. If you're out there, thanks for joining me. If you want to share this on your page, please do. If you're watching this in the archive on Facebook or in my on my YouTube channel, because I send everything over to YouTube as well. So thank you. If you're out there, you want to say hello, please do. As I'm just gearing up, we're going to talk about shadow work, my version of it, and how I do it, and how I work with others doing it as well. So yay, how are you? Hello, good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, whenever you are watching this. Like I said, if you want to let me know that you're out there, where you're watching from, great. If not, it's all right. You don't have to. So I just wanted to go over kind of what shadow work is, how you can start doing it very simply in your life. And I love to encourage people just to, ask questions of yourself to begin the process of this work. I thought I had the book near me, but I don't. But one of the books I do recommend, I don't have it within reach, is Debbie Ford's book, The Dark Side of the Light Chasers. A powerful, powerful book. I'm going to put her link to her website up in the chat. Let me do that now as we're kind of gearing up. So I will find that and put that up. So copy link. So if you're out there, you want to say hello, yay, good to see you. So, okay, let me pasting that link in there. It's the thefordinstitute.com. Hey, Aloy. How are you? So thefordinstitute.com/shadow-work. So I want to give you a couple quick definitions of what shadow work is. And again, hey, Aloy, it just popped up over here. I saw you on my phone first. So shadow work. So this is kind of one of the definitions. And yay, happy Sunday to you too. So we can start to work with the shadow side of ourselves to create positive change in our lives. It is a form of self-examination. I'm reading a definition from Google. Shadow work is an introspective psychological practice that anyone can do and can lead to a more fulfilling life. Then another thing I pulled from the interwebs, in Jungian, Carl Jung, the psychologist, the shadow, id, or shadow aspect or archetype may refer to the unconscious aspect of the personality which the conscious ego does not identify as itself, or the entirety of the unconscious, i.e. everything of which a person is not fully conscious. In short, the shadow is the unknown side of yourself. And this is, there's a couple things. People in interviews will often ask me, if you could teach kids one thing, I'm like, okay, I got like three things. One, your words are powerful. They create your existence. Your thoughts become things. Two, find out what your shadow is. Work with your shadow. And three, meditate. Be mindful. Those are like three things I would teach kids in school. So then from Debbie Ford's page, this is a little lengthier, so bear with me. So one of the most important principles that you'll ever learn is this: the way you feel about yourself on the inside determines what you will create for yourself on the outside. And in other words, your external world is a direct reflection of your internal world. Think of your job. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Your boss. Think of relationships you keep pulling in. Think of what's going on in the world right now. Recording this June 6, 2020, June 7th. There are protests for the killing of George Floyd. We are in a pandemic. There are fires. We've got Cristobal tropical storm going up, towards Louisiana again. It's not a big one, but still that city and town and that area doesn't need a lot of extra water. So how you're feeling about that is going to be reflected externally. The way you feel about yourself in privacy of your own thoughts will show up in the quality of your relationship, the level of financial success you can attain, the amount of love, health, vitality, laughter, joy, all the stuff that you can experience in your daily lives. And I know that for me, I was working with my shadow kind of really unaware. Growing up, I was a fat kid, closeted gay kid between two very athletic brothers. And my older brother was pretty kind of, verbally abusive, never physical, and he just kind of was mean, and I look back and I can see, he was part of my shadow. But then also when he stopped being verbally abusive and mean, I kept doing it in my head. So I was continuing to reflect it out, manifesting, creating that. So Debbie Ford goes on to say, the key to unlocking your true authentic power, opening up your heart to love, and finding the confidence to go after everything you want in your life is hidden in your shadow. I'm scrolling up here. So what is your shadow? So our shadow is made up of all parts of ourselves that we hide, deny, suppress, don't want to deal with, don't want to see, don't want to admit, but both positive and negative. Our shadow is all the aspects that we reject of shame, of fear, disapproval. It's made up of any part of ourselves that we believe is unacceptable. Will be met with disapproval by others. It's that part that annoys, horrifies, and disgusts us about other people or about ourselves. And that's the biggest thing. And then again, that she went on to say, Carl Jung said, our shadow is the person we would rather not be. And I think that kind of sums it up right there. So what I often will talk about with clients and stuff like that, and I usually work with people if they're asking. I don't drive by shadow bomb people, but, just take, for instance, something that's going on in your life, whether it's the news, you scroll past, you see something that outrages you and you're livid. I would say, turn from that to the opposite direction, metaphorically, and look in the mirror and say, where am I outraged at my behavior? And this has nothing to do with what you just saw, but everything to do with kind of the intention and the action behind it and where you might be manifesting in your own life. If someone is just one of your friends, just all of a sudden becomes the most picky person, so critical of everybody else, then just stop, look internal. Hey, Brenda, and see, where am I being that picky? And shadow work is not for the light or faint of heart. It is hard work because you have to ask yourself, where am I doing what I despise, hate, and dislike in that person? And if you can just open up your heart to see that, and it may be on a small level or maybe on a grand level. If you go around criticizing people in your head, oh my God, I can't believe she's wearing that. She is so fat. Oh my God, who does she think she is? Being so flirty with people, she is ugly as hell. That is your internal voice trying to because that's how you feel about yourself. This is shadow work, and you're projecting it out so you don't have to deal with trauma inside yourself. So again, this is where just be open to it. A couple personal examples. This has been a while. So if anybody knows me and where I work, it's not present. But years ago, I had a leader, and this person just bugged the crap out of me. And, I'm driving home one day, gripping the steering wheel, just angry and mad. And I went, let me put my own teachings to work. And I took a pause and I said, what does this person do that I hate the most? And what is it, and how might I be doing it? And I just drove home and I thought, where could I be doing this on some level, whether it's, a 10, the same as them, or just a 1 or 2, same as them, and I really had that moment. And I could see 2 places where I kind of did what they did within the realms of my life, my partnership, my friends, my family, people that I manage. And I, just had a moment with myself, and I really came to grips with that. And the funny thing, once I really came to grips with it, first of all, it didn't push my buttons anymore. Second of all, 2 months later, that person was gone. I can't remember if they quit or were fired or got another job or something, but they were not in my life anymore. So it's like, once I dealt with the shadow and the lesson, it was gone. It was gone. When I look at the news, when I look at stuff going on right now, I remember 3.5 years ago, I remember being just very upset about things that were happening and starting to take place. And I looked and I said, where do I do what I don't like, what I'm seeing being done? And it gave me peace of mind to step into a place where, I could see life and people's behaviors from a different place. And I can see how their behavior and their actions, their stuff were part of my life and my lesson. And A, it stopped bothering me. B, I was able to be more active and do what I needed to do to help shift and change the world. Because when I'm getting angry, upset, and mad or whatever, that energy does not help the world. The butterfly flaps its wings and a tsunami happens around the world. Someone said the other day, you drop a pin and the stars shift in the atmosphere. I love that idea as well. So I would encourage you, where someone does something that just drives you batshit crazy, and I'm talking like when you go, if you're on a 1 or 2 on your emotional level or whatever, and all of a sudden you bump up to like a 2 or 3, okay, just kind of go, maybe. But if you immediately jump to a 5, 6, or 10, something just enrages you or makes you sad even, whatever it may be, because there's a lot of sadness out there, grief out there. Just stop from that. I say turn 180, pretend like there's a mirror, and just look into that mirror and say, because the mirror is going to reflect back over your shoulder. And you get a little distance from it and you say, what am I doing? Looking at yourself, what am I doing back there? And you don't have to do it in a physical mirror, just in your head. But what am I doing that I can see that this is part of my shadow coming out? And just start by asking those questions. You don't have to really address it. Just start by asking your questions. Okay, that made me mad. What could I be doing that's showing up in my life? Because there are many beliefs, and I'm pretty much 99% belief that you cannot see or witness anything that you cannot conceive or that is part of your vibration in your world. So this is another reason why I think with technology and stuff like that, we're seeing so much more, because we're in that vibration larger, more globally than we've ever been before. So I think that's all I want to say. You guys have any questions, comments, or thoughts that are with me live? And if you're not live, tag me, like tap my name at Mitchell. If you have a question or something, that way I'll be for sure to see it. If you're watching this in YouTube, you can say something in the notes there, or you can find me over on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. You can DM me. If you want to do some of this work, I recommend my mindfulness meditation session. It's $40 for 30 minutes. It's a place where it's a starting point. I use the mindfulness as a jumping off point. Typically I'm going to say, what's going on in your life, what's happening. And then we work on like those moments. I'll talk about, how you're feeling, what your emotions are, how would you like to feel. And then I use your words in the meditation. And then from there, if you want subsequent sessions, we may dive into, EFT tapping. We may do some NLP, which NLP is almost incorporated almost everything I do, the verbiage, the dialogue, the imagery. We may even do some hypnotherapy, one of my favorite things to do with clients in hypnosis. And I do more of the spiritual work rather than weight loss and smoking cessation, because I believe the root is more spiritual and we'll get rid of those things. One of my favorite things is the 5 dimensions of wellness hypnotherapy session. I take you into hypnosis. We go into there are 4 rooms, and one's your physical, one's your intellectual, one's your emotional, one's your social wellness. And then I take you up above, all in hypnosis, in the guided hypnotherapy session above spiritually, and look back down on each section. And we work with angels, we work with guides, we work with your younger self. It just depends on what comes up. There's just, the possibilities are truly endless. So Desi, thank you. I'm glad it makes sense. And if you guys are coming in late, definitely go back and watch the beginning, because I gave some definitions of what shadow work is. Hey, Sue, good to see you this morning. Good morning. So yeah, you guys, if you came in late, go back and just talking about shadow work. A book I recommend is Debbie Ford's The Dark Side of the Light Chasers. Amazing book on shadow work. It's not very thick, people. And I think that's because it's very simple to do this work. It's simple process to do it, but it takes a lot of guts. So Brendy says, I have been working on this with my soon-to-be ex-husband. We still live in the same house together until papers are signed. Yes, it has been a challenge, but an important lesson to be learned. And Brenda, just you realizing that you're human and this is difficult, but yet you're taking it up to a spiritual level and going, okay, but right now, this is fertile ground for me and my soon-to-be ex-husband. Hey, MJ. Eloy, thanks for popping in. Talk to you later. Yeah, because I always say, you can grow the best in a big pile of shit because it's the most fertile. You're welcome, MJ. Thanks for popping in. But anyway, so there you go, people. If you came in late, go back and watch the beginning once I stop the live feed, and it's also going to be over on my YouTube channel, which is Intuitive Mitchell or Mitchell Osborn. You should be able to find it. All right, tonight, if you're watching live tonight, I'm going to be doing mindful meditation, and I'm going to be working with 5 tips. No, that's next week. I don't know what I'm going to work with tonight. Maybe I'll take us into a shadow meditation tonight. Maybe I'll do that. Somebody remind me if you come out tonight. All right. Thank you, everybody. Namaste. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.